Dolton's Dollar Drain, Mayor Tiffany Henyard's Billboard Bonanza. In the quaint town of Dolton, Illinois, citizens are finding themselves caught in a whirlwind of oversized billboards, all featuring the ever-smiling face of none other than Mayor Tiffany Henyard. The question on everyone's mind, is this a town promotion or the most expensive campaign strategy ever devised? Mayor Henyard, known for her bold initiatives, has taken it upon herself to make sure her name is not just known, but practically etched into the town's landscape. From buildings to rugs, and even the public garbage cans, it seems there's no surface untouched by the mayor's image. Let's see what Et News has to say about this.
But would you advise one of your candidates to do something like that using taxpayer funds?
No, not using taxpayer funds.
Okay, so if you've driven one of the expressways in the south suburbs recently, you've no doubt seen one of these giant billboards. They feature the name and the face of a smiling local politician. What you may not know is the money for these billboards is coming out of taxpayers' pockets, and that's raising questions for Tiffany Henyard, the Dolton mayor and Thornton Township supervisor, who has already come under fire for spending public money promoting herself.
Dane Placco has the latest chapter in his ongoing investigation into Henyard's questionable spending.
Oh, Lord. What is Mayor Henyard thinking? Is she going to jail?
Take a drive to the south suburbs and you can't miss them. 4 giant billboards featuring Tiffany Henyard's name in large letters, along with her picture, smiling down on the thousands of cars going by on Interstate 57 and the Bishop Ford Expressway. What are they advertising? One says fresh produce, another senior services, and this one simply says we offer general assistance.
Will somebody please tell me what is general assistance? Wouldn't that be assistance with generally everything? I mean, your boy lying as ugly. Larry ain't the brightest star underground, but doesn't that mean if I need some drank and I'm broke, I can get some assistance to get drunk?
There's a phone number, but you wouldn't know what it's for unless you can read in teeny tiny letters, Thornton Township Supervisor, as you're speeding by.
These are the billboards that have gone up along the expressways.
We showed the billboards to Bert Odelson, an election attorney who's been working in Illinois politics for 50 years.
When I first looked at it, I thought, what is she running for now? Because that's what it shouts out.
Odelson, who represents a political faction opposed to Henyard and Dolton, says it's clear the billboards are promoting more than township services. He says they're essentially campaign ads.
This is a blatant attempt to promote herself politically. The township should not have paid for these if they did, and I'm sure they did.
Well, did you really think she was going to spend her own money? Hell to the no-no.
They did indeed. Bills obtained by Fox 32 under open records laws shows Thornton Township paid more than $10,000 for the vinyl signs themselves and more than $12,000 to Clear Channel Outdoor Advertising for 1 month's rental of the billboards.
What was your reaction when you saw it?
Well, first of all, I didn't know anything about them.
Thornton Township trustee Chris Gonzalez says the board was never consulted about the billboards, which he says needed their approval.
Kind of some of the first things that popped in my mind is, what are we doing? This isn't a big sale. We're not selling cars here. I mean, if it's informational, then it should be informational. I mean, there's so many other ways we could have spent that money. That would have, directly helped people.
This isn't the first time Henyard has used taxpayer dollars to burnish her own personal image. In fact, on other occasions, she spent a lot more.
Hey guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Earlier this year, Fox 32 showed you how Henyard spent tens of thousands of dollars using employees and vehicles from the township and from Dolton, where she also serves as mayor, for a week-long walk to Springfield to promote her self-named cancer charity, which is yet to file required reporting.
Well, maybe it's not a legal charity, and if she file reporting, they might catch on to her scam. She ain't filing nothing, and no retro background checks on her personal employees that she hired.
And you can't turn your head in Dolton or Thornton Township without seeing Henyard's picture or name. It's on all the government-owned vehicles, buildings, even on the rugs in the township, where we found a Tiffany Henyard 2024 calendar featuring all the important dates to remember, including her birthday.
I would be having a fit if she was my client, telling her not to do this.
Veteran Chicago political consultant Delmarie Cobb says there would be nothing wrong if Henyard were using her own political funds for those promotional materials, especially the billboards.
I actually had a candidate years ago who was running for mayor of Dolton, and that's what we did. We bought billboards along the expressway, because if you're coming and going home all day, and one of the things I always say about billboards is they're working when you're asleep.
In 2011, state lawmakers passed a law banning the practice of politicians putting their names on publicly funded signs, spurred by these tollway signs featuring former Governor Rod Blagojevich. That law does not extend to mayors or other elected officials, but election attorney Odelson believes the billboards do violate state election laws.
It's a crime. Yeah, you're using public funds for something that taxpayer dollars shouldn't be used for.
And just when you think you've seen it all, take a look at this.
Ooh, Lord, please tell me that Thornton is not spelled Thornton. I'm scared to look again. Spell checker is a good tool to use when doing ad copy. ChatGPT can spell real good these days. Hell, even Bard and Bing Chat could have helped out for free, but no, she paid $5,000 to the person who wrote the ad. Nah, I'm just lying about that. You know, lying as Larry got to get one in.
When the first billboard went up last summer, Thornton was misspelled as Thornton. Another sign had to be ordered, apparently at taxpayer expense. Dane Placco, Fox 32, Chicago.
So far, Henyard has not responded to any of our questions about the billboards. And tomorrow, Dane has another Henyard investigation. This time, he exposes a new law that cuts the salary of the Thornton Township supervisor by $200,000, but only takes effect if someone else gets her job. A political poison pill.
You damn Skippy, that's a poison pill. So let's make sure Lying as Ugly Larry heard that correctly. So if someone else gets her job, they will be making $0. Zero. Nothing. Nada. What the? Is Mayor Henyard going to jail? Like and subscribe.